HHDG. Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. And before we introduce our guest for tonight, go check out the latest music that we have up on that website you see at the bottom, hhdgmedia.com. You can also check out our we have down there, hoodies, t-shirts, and as always, shout out to the Facebook group, Hip Hop Discussion Group, which helped spawn where we are right now. Shout out our HHDG Media crew, myself, Skelly Top, the Mayor, Rock Faded KB, and T. Smith. Now, I'd like to present our two guests for tonight, coming out of California, both with a great discography of their own, and have come together to create a very dope album, which we will see one of those tracks that's on there was originally on the producer's album. And these two brothers have put in a lot of work, a lot of quality work. They work with very talented producers and MCs. And we will get into that as well tonight, as well as their 2021 album, All Hail the King. Without further ado, coming out of Fresno, we have Fashawn.
Peace, y'all.
Peace. Coming out of Central Valley, doing good. Coming out of Central Valley, we got Sir Veterano. Peace, man. You good? Oh, there you go. How you doing?
The boys are back in town.
Oh, you look like you froze up. It's all good. You're going to come back in.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep, you good now.
The Wi-Fi right there. Wi-Fi right, man.
You hear us?
Man, I know a guy.
Veterano, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, good. All right, cool. Now, before we talk about the album, we talk a little bit about the two of you and how you first met.
I guess I'll take that. Yeah, we first met during the pandemic. We had already spoken to each other in the song King.
You're breaking up a lot.
Right.
I was so excited. I was like, it's only
Yeah, you're breaking up a lot.
You hear me clearly? I can answer it while he's figuring it out.
Yeah. I can hear you clearly.
We met during the pandemic. Man. We met sonically. Man. The first time I ever got introduced to Veterano was the first song he sent me was Crown Royal, and it originally had a different beat, and a beat that ended up going to Skills. That's how we met on that song, and then we did All Hail the King. Bet, are you tapped back in, man? Yeah, and then we did All Hail the King. That's what initially started with the my man Walt Lippman,
Right.
427. He reached out to me. Back to this other producer, the genius out of California, goes by the name of Veterano, and I tried to down with me since the day of my career. So I put my ear to the beat. It's history from there.
Dope.
And actually, physically, did the song "Heart of a Lion." Dave Planet Asia came to the studio. That was the first time me and Veterano met in
Oh wow.
person. Yeah.
Dope.
Vet,
That's
good.
a bit.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me clearly? I don't know what's going on. I'm usually really good signal.
Yeah,
You're good.
the way you are right now, you're really good. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I had to just step outside just to make it a little bit better. So, what'd you say, Fash?
I hope you don't mind. I took the baton on that question and I answered it while you were figuring it.
No, that's good. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure he explained it all. But yeah, we the Heart of the Lion song, that was really the first time that we met. That was really cool. And it just happened kind of organically. Asia was in town. We all just jumped in the studio that Fash is at right now. We all just met over there and we just got down.
Ah, that's dope.
And yeah, I'm in
Now,
the studio right, same studio where all the magic
where you
happened.
worked at.
You know, magic happened. Yeah.
That's dope. Now, Fresh Yard Records in San Diego. Who's the owner of that label?
That's gonna be my partner Qua.
Okay.
He's the owner of the clothing brand, really the brand of Fresh Yard. It's his brainchild. He's been established in San Diego since about like 2009, something like that. And the label itself is managed by me, Qua, and my manager, partner, everything. We're all kind of equal for the label. So Fresh Yard Records, that's us three. And yeah, they're based out of San Diego, but our roots are in Northern California because my manager Walt Liquor, he lives in the Bay. Qua's from the Bay. I live right next to the Bay, so we're all from up here, but we kind of bounce back and forth.
Ah, okay. Dope. Now, when you dropped The Gathering, I found out that you went back to your roots, so to say, a little bit with the production on there. You didn't do too much sampling.
Right. Yeah, for that. So, first of all, shout out to you for being such a early on supporter. I don't know how you came across my music, but it's been very sorry, I got a cat jumping on me. It's been really cool connecting with people all over the United States based on this album and really around the world. So we did that album beginning in 2019, and having been out of the game for so long, I was kind of feeling like I had unfinished business left with this hip hop music. And I always wanted to do a compilation, and linking up with Qua and Walt, it gave me the opportunity to fulfill that basically it was a bucket list kind of a thing. Because in my mind, I was like, if nothing ever happens from this, if I come back to music and it doesn't sorry about that. If I come back to music and it doesn't turn out the way that I want, at least I did this one thing and it, fulfilled me and what I was missing. That's the reason why the reason why I was gone for so long is because I just wasn't feeling it. And so if I were to come back, it had to have been right. And it had to have been what you heard on the Gathering album itself.
Yeah. Now you were saying you're not sure when I started listening to you. It was actually Razkaz that put me on to you, and I think it was around the time the latest and greatest mixtape was out.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry, I'm having connection issues again. Go ahead.
I was saying it was listening to Razkaz that put me on to you, and I think it was around the time latest and greatest mixtape came out.
You were breaking up, but I believe what I heard you say is Razkaz put you on to me.
Yeah, through
Oh, okay, yeah, that
your latest and greatest mixtape.
Okay. Oh, the latest, yeah, old school. Okay, so you're aware of my stuff from a long time ago then. Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, so that's my guy, Razkaz. We've been friends for such a long time. And I love the guy, and he's helped me so much in this music business, taught me things, connected me with people. So that's wow, that's a minute. So then, yeah. So you're ahead then. So you know about the old slaughterhouse and all that stuff, which is great because most people, when I talk to them, they don't know the history of all of the stuff that I did before with G-Rap and everything. So I got to explain it, but you're already knowing. So, I mean, that's great. That's amazing.
Nino blessing everything to Slaughterhouse. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, shit. Nino. Yeah. Is Nino there, Fash?
He was here, I think, last night. He was
wow.
In the studio. Yeah.
Nice.
I think he just came. I don't think they need music down, but out to my guy.
Definitely. Because
there the day we met. He was there the day we met too.
Nice.
He actually engineered the song for Heart of the Lion.
Mm. Yeah, I heard that the two of you have been working together.
Me and Nino?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, me and Nino did a project during the pandemic, and it was the pandemic was like kind of just shoved me back into that mode, and Nino moved to Fresno, and basically just a lab rat. He was always come to the studio. He played me something new that would make me want to just grab my pad and just reply to whatever he did, and called La Casa, and that fault right now. It's just collecting dust. I might drop that on y'all next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How'd you know about? Yeah. That's
what's
project.
Sir Veterano. I do my homework.
Man. See that, man.
Wow.
Now for you, Fash, it's been a while since I've listened to you. It was before your debut, Boy Meets World, and
yes, sir.
I think it was definitely before you did Far Left with Evidence. It might have been One Shot Kill.
Probably. I mean, that was one of my earlier mixtapes. DJ Mick Boogie and Terry Urban put that out, and that was early work. I was before my first Boy Meets World, and I was having fun. Mixtape Fash. He's a little different from album Fash, but I was just picking my thing. Trying to find my sound.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why that particular tape sounded so weird. It was like Junior Mafia beats, Feist instrumentals, like Rat-a-tat, like Alchemy beats. It was just a jambalaya of different sounds, but
right.
Yeah,
it proved what you're capable of.
For sure.
Now coming from Cali, what music did you actually listen to coming up?
I listened to Hieroglyphics a lot, the Living Legends a lot, MOP, Reflecting Eternal, of course, the Nas's, the Rakims, the Hoves, the Biggies, but I had a plethora of different. Like first album I ever bought was SIBO till my casket drops. That was the first album I ever bought, and I was a kid. And so that's where it started for me. Yeah.
That's dope. And on this journey, what's some of your most memorable projects that you put out?
I'd have to say The Ecology. The Ecology is probably one of my favorites for sure. And my first album, Boy Meets World, of course. And I have to put All Hail the King up there, man. This is another like milestone in my career. So I'm happy. I think I'm most proud of this project right here. This is the first time I did it, this is the first time me out without my private team with me. So it's very experimental, but I'm loving the squad. Fresh Out Records, Veterano, first projects together. Hopefully we get another one in, my brother. But
definitely. definitely.
I'm just feeling like it's a new chapter. Be here.
Yeah, definitely. And you did an album with one of my favorite artists, Murs, This Generation, which was on Duck Down Records, which I grew up on Boot Camp Click, so that was perfect.
Yeah, yeah, man. I hope the homie Ruck is proud, man. Rest in peace to Sean Price, man. But yeah, man. I enjoyed my time over there at Duck Down when and Murs brought me over there with him and beating the line produced. And that was a project for me as well because, like I said, I came up listening to Living Legend, so Murs has always been like an icon to me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think I probably learned the most making that album just because Murs is such an OG and an entrepreneur, Guinness Book of World Records. I saw a lot of game just during that whole process. Yeah, from that we got Grizzly Fest and a whole bunch of things just spiraled from that project. So shout out to Murs.
Definitely. And he's got that tour going on right now. And big shout out to the young, very talented Los Angeles group Coast Contra that I've been rocking with for a while now. They getting their due. Shout them out.
Respect. Yeah.
Definitely. Now, before we talk about the new album, I want to talk about the bonus tracks on the deluxe edition. You see that real quick.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you already had heat on there, and you just put sauce on.
Get out the streets, Veterano.
Sorry.
My man.
Central Cali. Sorry, I'm like outside trying to find. It is Cali shit. What can I say? Yeah. So let me speak on the deluxe. Yeah. So the deluxe was something that we were always planning on doing. It's something that we wanted to put out for the gathering. Was it the release party? But because of the pandemic, it got pushed back. So through 2020, we weren't really working on a deluxe version. We were just kind of like, all right, maybe the ship has sailed because we can't do the album release party. We're going to do it as an exclusive over there. We're going to press up CDs and some vinyl and all that stuff. And it would have been fun, but we had to put that on pause because everything got put on pause during the pandemic. Right. So then once we actually started to realize that there was going to be a release party in 2021, that's when we're like, hey, do you want to go ahead and do this now? Like we can put this together. So we already had some songs already finished. And then I just got to work and just went ahead and just added some more songs. I will say that I absolutely love that I was able to add songs. It wasn't as cohesive as the regular gathering was. You know, it kind of flexed a little bit of a different muscle. It had some West Coast stuff, but kind of a little bit of a different vibe. But all in all, I was really happy to be able to work with all the people that jumped on it from you know, my homeboy LMNO. We'd linked back up again. Mike Stroh from the West Coast. He's one of those guys that I always believed needed a bigger platform. I mean, his brother's, you know, DJ Battle Cat, so he's got beats and DNA is in him. And so I was like, you know, can I get you on this? He was like, absolutely. Between him and the Grouch. The Grouch was a pretty cool bucket list thing because, you know, 15, 16-year-old me was jumping up and down when that song came in, because I was like, oh my God, he's like, that's the guy that, you know, is from the Living Legends that when I was 18, 17, I used to go out to shows in Sacramento. And that was the guy that everyone was like really loving was Grouch. He had his own like vibe, his own style, his own thing. And he was one of the early standouts between him and Murs. And of course, Mystic Journeyman. So for him to get on it was an amazing thing. And the thing is, we asked him to be on the original gathering, but he was just like, yeah, I can do it, but it's not going to be in the time frame that I think you guys want. So it literally took about a year and a half for him to actually record the song. So, patience pays off, and he said that he could do the song right when we were putting together the deluxe. So it worked out perfectly. But yeah, so it's a so the main thing is we wanted to do something for the anniversary of when the album was released, and that's what it is. It's that, and we released it. I mean, you might actually know better than me, but I think we released it the day before the album release party, on the 27th of August. It was either 27th of August or the 28th, the day of. But either way,
it was around
it all kind of synced. Yeah. Yeah.
And thank you
So
for
yeah,
dropping those
what you think of
instrumentals.
it?
Say that again.
Yeah. I said, what'd you think of it?
First off, when I saw your name back out there again, when I start wandering, thinking of other songs that you produced in the past and your other projects and stuff like that. So I was already hyped. So when I first heard it, and then you hear Bishop Lamont on the beginning, and then as you listen to the album, it is cohesive, like you were saying, but your sound is unique because you still have the West Coast in you, but you got that thump in it, and that just brings me back to when I was growing up in the 90s.
Yeah, sorry, you were getting bad audio, but if you're talking about the sound, my sound, is that what we're talking about?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I've had such a long journey. I'm like capable of making all kinds of music, and back in the days when I was doing the latest and greatest mixtape, I mean, I was really plugged into the East Coast, and I wasn't really doing anything West Coast related. But when I wasn't making a beat for the Cool G Rap, I was making experimental music. If I wasn't making experimental music, I was dipping into like some West Coast Dre stuff. And I've always had a curiosity about many different styles. So now that we're kind of back, now that I'm back to doing what I absolutely love, I kind of wanted to go back to the basics. And I've been raised on Premier, Pete Rock, and you name it, Knots, High Tech, Mood, you know what I mean? Like all those things that I grew up on, I really kind of absorbed it, and now I'm kind of taking all of my past influences and some of the work that I used to do before, and I'm putting it out through this product that you're hearing now. And I'm pretty proud of it because I'm more experienced, it's more polished than I used to be, and I don't know. I love the hard hitting drums. I love the heavy bass, but I also like a clean mix. So it sounds elevated. It's underground, but it's elevated, and that's kind of the style that I'm looking for.
And that shows your experience as well.
Yeah, might be having a connection issue. Go ahead.
Sorry about it. No, I was saying that shows your experience as well.
Oh yeah. It comes with experience. I mean, you get older, you get better at things, you start to learn where your weaknesses are, how to improve on them, and and that's what you get. Like, for example, the song "Cocaine Rap." I used to be afraid of doing bass lines, just deathly afraid of them, because I could do everything else, play the keys, but my bass lines were just do, do, and then let the rest of the thing go through and then wrap around do, do. Now you listen to a song like Cocaine Rap, or you listen to Crown Royal, it's all just moving bass. It's like, now that's my favorite thing to do, is to make songs with just hard drums and bass lines. And that comes with growth. That comes with just, going after the things that made me the most nervous and then trying to perfect those. And I guess we all do that in some aspect in our life, but I really made it a point to improve my bass lines when I came back, and I think it's showing now.
Yeah, definitely. And to go to Fashawn, tell us about your other talents aside from MCing, as you just showed us before.
Oh yeah, man.
Tell him about the slap. Tell him about the slap, man.
I started I started producing maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. Started making beats, and I just fell in love with it. I caught the bug. I noticed that I realized that all those years hanging around these genius producers, spending hours with them in the studio, I wasn't just there to write rhymes. I was there to study how to be a producer in the future. You know what I mean? And so everything I learned from Alchemist or Exile or Dre or Evidence, or I kind of implement that in my approach when I make. I mean, my stuff is nowhere on that level, but at least I'm going into it with that approach, and I think I'm on the right path. And other than producing, I've been doing stand-up comedy a lot lately. That's one of my favorite forms of expression, and it's just like poetry or rap to me. It's another vehicle to use. And I've been doing that a lot lately, man. I don't have any rappers tattooed on me. You know what I mean? But I do have a picture. Do have Richard Pryor tattooed on me. That's how much I love comedy. You know what I mean? Love pops. I've been exercising that muscle for a little while. Yeah, that just it's still thing. I haven't quit my day job, so yeah, rap, main passion, and my first. Never stray away from that.
And with that, congratulations on the Central Valley Music Award.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Humbling. That's my first award as an artist. It was grateful that it came from my region. You know what I mean? So shout out to the VMAs. Yeah.
Definitely.
VMAs. No one got to go to the VMAs once, and but I think I only did press there for the ceremony. I think I only did press there, and Kevin Hart is way shorter than he looks.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I really remember from that. But yeah, I'm happy to be getting acknowledged for my work. Finally, yeah, it's good to get your flowers while you can smell them. It's a blessing.
Yep. And I want to talk about one artist right now before we get into the album. One of your good friends, Bishop Lamont.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Tell us about him, because I mean, when I see him on IG, he's a prankster, but he has his moments where he's a very serious and informative person.
Yeah, Bishop, he's a wild guy, I mean, I laugh when I think of him, in a good way, because his, as I came back to music, I didn't have all the connections that I wanted to have. One of those people I wanted to work with was Bishop Lamont, and Razzie, he plugged me with Bishop. He was like, yo, there's this dude Vet, he's a producer, he's really the homie, hear him out, see what he's looking to do or whatever. And me and Bishop just hit it off. We became really cool really fast, and we've hung out a lot. He's how can I explain? So when you look at his IG, it looks crazy, right? And we've had conversations, and he really does. He expresses himself in the moment all the time. So if he's in the session somewhere and he's feeling a certain way, he will put it out for everyone. We've had conversations. I'm just like, don't show the magic yet. Keep it behind doors. You're putting up half a song, and you're in the middle of mixing the song, and he's like, man, basically he just said, this is how I like to do my. Yeah, and that's why you see it all over the place. So he's doing, jujitsu, then he's, in the studio session, then he's praying somewhere. When you talk to him, it's like he talks like he's freestyling. like you'll be talking to him and he kind of just like starts going off. Like he'll start like tapping his temple like this, and he'll be like, when the industry just puts you in your corner, and then you got to go ahead and, like he just keeps going, like he's a trip, but he's a good guy. I love the guy. And we have songs coming out on his album.
Nice.
We have two. Yeah. I think I don't want to give too much away, but I believe one of them has Dub C on it, which is a big get, for at least again, one of those West Coast pioneers, one of those West Coast OGs. Just have tremendous lyrical skill and could just jump on any kind of beat, any kind of style, and still, get down. So yeah, we got some stuff coming out on his album, but yeah, Mr. Bishop Lamont, what a guy.
Now, let's talk about All Hail the King.
Chip. Man, what a
beautiful.
Beautiful.
And I gotta say, salute on the marketing and promotion and the way you rolled out the physicals with the clothing.
Oh, man, thank you so much.
To the team, man. It was a teamwork. Beautiful job. But yeah, I got to say, man, blessed just to be a part of this project, man. It's a wonderful piece of art, man. You know what I mean? Veterano did a phenomenal job. The whole staff, Fresh Start Records. Of course, I'm gonna do my job every time. You know what I mean? I get busy, so. But yeah, man, crazy project. Yeah, I'm a part of it. I'm Veterano, brilliant.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you mentioning all the rollout, because my God, did I have so many headaches and concerns about things not being done on time. I mean, it's all legwork behind the scenes, but I think preparation absolutely comes through when you do these things. I mean, there's some artists that just, throw it out there and be like, okay, well, there it is. Go over there and grab it, and that's fine. But we actually put together a strategy that we wanted to have a consistent rollout, something that felt professional. We make $100 look like $1 million. You know what I'm saying? And so we got a great staff around us of professionals, videographers. We have design people in-house, accounting. Like, we are really trying to do something. Sorry about that train. I live right next to some train tracks. We're really trying to do something in the vein of like a stone's throw, as like any of those something like that. And we have the resources to do it, the knowledge to do it, and the will to do it. So anytime we roll anything out, because we've been thinking about it for months and months, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just a whim. We put a lot of money and a lot of thought behind these things, and I really appreciate that someone else appreciates that, because that's basically the hardest part of the job. Making the music is so easy, but it's the business. It's the other 80% that everyone talks about. And being that I'm so involved in the label as an owner, I'm wearing many hats. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like the music, and like, okay, do we have the video done? It's like all these things you got to think about. And so it's a relief once the album actually drops, though, and it works out kind of how you want it to. So appreciate that, man.
Yeah. And I love the video for Castle. Y'all was in your drip man. On
there.
Yeah.
Tell them about it, Fash.
Tell them the whole story behind all the.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
So, man, we shot all the videos, maybe 3 or 4, and then our brilliant director ends up losing every video. Like, we lost all the footage. So we shot down, brought out, renting out a mansion, all types of stuff. Um, yeah, I even invited Fresno out for the first All Hail the King one. Like, if you notice in this one, there's not a lot of people behind me because
I don't like that. So many happen.
yeah, we had to shoot every video at least twice. You know what I mean? And we spent more time shooting the videos than we did actually making the album. True story.
Wow.
True story. So I'm glad we made sure that videos because we got to. I mean, maybe it was a gift and a curse at the same time, but we got to go back and make sure it was better than the first time. So it was a blessing. Shout out to my man Yellow. He's a brilliant director, and he really made us look like superstars. Shout out to Yellow, man.
Yeah,
A lady, her name is Lady. Styled me and Aloe. She styled the whole video shoot. And yeah, and if you notice me throughout my career, I dress like that. You know,
Right.
like that. You know what I mean? I'm a fans in a t-shirt. Shout out to Lady for putting me on donation.
right. And if I can chime in with the videos, yeah, because we lost the footage for the videos. I guess it's really about how you recover. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was about. Because the sky fell when I found out that we lost all the videos, like just all of it. And we're like, how? Why? You know, upset, denial, all the things that you go through. And we're like, okay, well,
move on.
we bitched and moaned about it for about a few hours. How are we going to fix this? Because this still has to happen. So then put together a strategy, and we literally just went back and we retraced our steps. We went to the same locations. Some of them changed a little bit, and maybe it worked out for the better. Kind of like what Fash said. Like we got a second chance at bat, and especially Castle. Being that we had already done the video, went to the mansion already, you know, like we knew that square footage, and it actually made the process easier because we had already done it. It's like, okay, let's do the stairwell, let's do this, let's do that, boom, 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 boom. And we were able to get in and out of there much faster. And shout out to Aloe for even considering redoing the video. I mean, Aloe's not just like calling me, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yeah, I'll slide through it. Aloe's Aloe, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a famous guy. So the fact that he came back again shows the love that he has for Fashawn and the appreciation of the song itself and wanting to make it the best it could possibly be. So super shout out to him. Also, shout out to Lady, as Fashawn already mentioned, but she really made everyone look great. She's a professional stylist, and so she knows what she's doing. Had it been left up to me and the staff, we would have had everyone in fresh yard shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been like that. So yeah, shout out to Lady.
Now tell the people a story about creating this album, whether it be one of the songs or just overall, something that we might not know.
Huh. Okay. I know. Let me think of one. Let me think here. How about Crown Royal? Let's talk about Crown Royal because what Fashawn was. So I don't know if Fashawn mentioned this yet already, but the song Crown Royal was recorded for The Gathering. The vocals. Okay. So this is how it went. My manager had the same beat going to Fashawn, and then I had a beat going to Skills. I didn't know that the beats were in two different places. So Skills, he was just like, yo, this is the one. Like, I'm gonna rock on this one. I'm like, all right, cool. Get the song, and Skills did his part. And then like a week later, I get a song from Fash with the same beat. I'm like, fuck. Like the one thing that you never ever want to do is to send the same beat to two different people and they're competing over it. I was like, okay, this is not good. So I was like, all right. And then, my manager, who's also, long history with Fashawn, he's like, look, man, this is what happened. Let's rock on a different beat. And Fash was like, all right, just go ahead, send me another beat. Even though he was frustrated because he had already written and recorded the song. So it's like get your shit together, more or less. And so instead of letting that, what'd you say?
I didn't say that, but
Well, no, he didn't say that, but that's what I would be feeling. It'd be like, if that happened to me, I'd be like, come on, y'all, like, seriously? So then I got the vocals from the studio that Fash is at one day. I was over there with Nino. I was with Fash and Planet Asia. And I was like, let me get those vocals. And they're like, all right, go ahead. I had my hard drive there. So I took it home, made a beat to it. The beat that you hear on Crown Royal was the remix to vocals that Fash laid down on the skill song off of The Gathering. It's the same BPM, it's the same, same. So I remixed it essentially, but then we had an opportunity to get DJ Revolution to do the hook, and I didn't have any connection to him. And through contacts, third party kind of situation, we linked up together, and he was more than happy to do the song. And once you have Rev on it, I mean, there aren't many other DJs that are better than DJ Revolution on the cuts for hooks. You know what I'm saying? It's like him, DJ Premier, Babu, you know what I'm saying, and like a handful of others. But DJ Revolution is top tier and inspiration for me as a turntablist, a DJ, producer, business guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So that's how that song came together. Kind of crazy, kind of wonky, but you know what? We made it work. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Can I add one more thing? One thing a lot of people might not know, unless you got the physical copy of King. Unless you have the copy, you know that on the song it's called "To Be King," right? To Be King. That's actually Veterano on the hook singing. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh,
a lot of people aren't
right.
aware how big of a deal that is. And I'm trying to start a petition to make sure Veterano performs that song with me live, because Veterano is an amazing vocalist as well. A lot of people, until he sent me this record, he sent me this song with the chorus already on it, and I'm like, wow, who is this on the hook? It sounds like nigga was hitting like Maxwell level falsettos and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, you got a whole album. But anyway, that's one thing a lot of people might not know, that I diagnosed that boy's a genius, man. So a soul genius, man. He could have been on Motown, you know.
You stupid. No, but I appreciate it. No, yeah, that is kind of no one knows. I didn't broadcast it like, hey, I'm also singing on it. I'm kind of just like, I'm a lab rat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I could sing a bit. Go ahead.
We should have asked about Ronald talents, man. But now y'all know. Yeah.
Ask him about what?
We should have asked about hidden talents, man. Your hidden talents.
Yeah. What else? What else you need to know? I could paint. I could dance like Bing Crosby and shit. Like whatever you need.
Wow. Yep.
Now, physicals.
Another thing that y'all might not know, like the whole album was recorded in like a metal box, like a metal box. What is it called, Ram? Yeah, this was recorded in a refrigerator freezer truck trailer that was turned into the studio. And this guy, real quick, 1 second, this guy by the name of Ed, he built this whole studio.
Let's go, brother.
He built the whole thing, and he engineered the whole album. So every vocal you hear from me is engineered by this brother here, and that's another thing that you guys might not know. So yeah, man. EG Media. You did.
There you go. It's dope. Now, also with the new album, you did a collaboration with Tough Kong Records. How did that come to be?
I could probably answer that one on the administrative side. We were starting to do the rollout. We were already putting out videos, and things were already underway. And then Tough Kong, we had no relationship with Tough Kong. They literally reached out to us and be like, "Look, we want to be involved. We want to do the vinyl. Like, do you have a vinyl person?" And we were in the process of doing the vinyl. We weren't sure which service we were going to go through, but we're going to press it up ourselves. But they're like, let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. So through negotiation, we landed on Tough Kong doing the pressing and the distribution, and it's been a partnership ever since. And it's a really great thing for future projects as well. I mean, Tough Kong, I've been seeing them, online. Everyone's albums in like the last 2 or 3 years, I've been noticing for vinyl have been pressed up by Tough Kong. And I was like, who are these people? Like, everyone is going through Tough Kong. I'm like, are they the new big thing? They're from Italy? Are they a label? Do they press? I don't understand. But I knew that they were a player. So then when they reached out to us, I was like, fuck yeah. Like, if we could come together, let's do it. I think Fash has something to add. Go ahead.
Oh, none. I just want to pop my collar when you said player. That's all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's a reflex. It's a reflex for you. Yeah. So that's how Tough Kong came to be. And again, they've been so great to us. And they, unfortunately, during these COVID times, I know that no one's received their vinyl yet. It's mainly because of COVID. A lot of things have slowed down, so it could have been sent out the door a lot faster, but because of COVID, and I was reading an article I forgot where it was, but a lot of people are blaming Adele, like something to do with Adele slowed down the record for everybody, records all across the board. So I don't know the story on that.
Her fame and the quantity ordered for hers compared to everyone else's not the same. So they're gonna try and push out hers more than anybody else's. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. So you add it all up together, and then so things slow down a bit. But again, much love to Tough Kong, and we look forward to doing more and more things with them on the All Hail the King too.
Absolutely. Yeah, shout out to Tough Kong, who also I got to shout out their customer service. They've been very helpful.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good.
Cool. Now I know you got limited time, so I'm gonna keep it a little bit short, and I'm gonna say, what do you want the fans to take away from the new album?
I just want fans to, and the listeners, whoever gets the opportunity to consume this album, I hope they walk away from it with a sense of knowing that they're royalty too, that they're kings and queens out there as well. You know what I mean? And that they can be royalty too. And yeah, I hope that it instills a high level of self-esteem, and particularly to the young black kids that's listening to it. But to all children out there, they can be kings and queens too if they just keep their mind right. Because that happened.
Nope.
Oh, back. Oh, we're back. All right. Yeah, I said my piece. I don't know how you feel. I hope you caught that. I don't know if it blanked out for a second.
They got me like.
They got my man with the dub. All right, sorry about that, guys. Did you catch anything I said? Sorry about that. People will keep disappearing. All right. Well, for those of us who are still here, Fashawn loves you. I'm about to go drink some water and do healthy things. Maybe some ginger, some little whiskey for the vocals. Yeah, Veterano, what's good, man? We took over the podcast. What's good, man? What you want to say?
We can do anything that we want. Yeah. Let's
We can promote world peace, anything,
world
veganism,
peace.
you know.
Spay and neuter your cats and dogs.
Don't smoke cigarettes
I'm
in public, only in private. I mean, just out of
yeah,
consideration.
and also go to FreshYardRecords.com and you could find the vinyl, the merch, all of that stuff. And if you want to reach us, you could reach me at Sir Veterano on all social media, and Fashawn is at Fashawn across all social media. So get at us and check out the album.
You can call me at 559 FUCKYOU. My new phone number. Yeah.
You stupid. All right, let's jump off of this thing.
All right, man. I'll see you at the next one, bro.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Peace, everybody. Peace.
we apologize for the recent internet difficulties. Fashawn and Sir Veterano have a previous session that they are attending, so we didn't get a chance to end off the show properly. But as always, we allow the guests to give their shout outs and where to support them at. All Hail the King is available at Fresh Yard Records. And their website is in the comments as I just left. FreshYardRecords.com. Again, that's FreshYardRecords.com. You can also check out Sir Veterano's other previous work on his Bandcamp site, sirveterano.bandcamp.com. You can also check out his album, The Gathering, which I showed earlier. It's the deluxe edition. That's also at Fresh Yard Records. Once again, we thank Fashawn and Sir Veterano for coming on. They'll definitely be on again. As they said before, they're still working on music. And they both have other projects that they're working on soon to come. One with Nino Bless. And Sir Veterano mentioning Bishop Lamont. So on that note, HHDG Media is going to say peace.